Hello everyone and welcome back to Disney Academy at Home. I know it's been a while, but here we are again. So today I'm going to show you how to draw a character from one of the oldest rides in Disneyland and a classic film, which is Alice in Wonderland. So let's draw Alice. Okay, so let's get started on Alice. And so Alice has a very human-like face for a cartoon character. And we're going to start with just a circle, and this is going to indicate the top part of her face. And after that, we are going to draw that center line, but it's going to be off to the side because she's facing a little bit away from us. So you go ahead and draw that off to the right side, a little bit like she's going to be looking down, so it's going to be slanted instead of just straight up and down. And then from the sides, you're going to draw two curved lines, and that's going to indicate her chin. And connect those right to the side of that circle. Just like that. Remember, these lines don't have to be perfect because you're going to darken the lines you want to see afterward. So we're going to start off with her nose, and I'm going to cheat a little bit and draw it backwards, so from the bottom up. And that's going to indicate pretty much the center where her right eye is going to be, and then the left side. And it's just going to be like an S shape. Not a perfect nose, just very, very soft like. And then right across, we're going to draw a guideline to where her eyes are going to sit. The shape of her eyes are a very common shape actually for Disney characters, and they're not exactly round, but they look a little bit like a tent. So it's two lines right on top of each other, and then one line on the side connecting. So not even a circle at all. Almost like a curved triangle, if you will. So draw the right one sitting right on the nose, and then directly across on the left side goes her other eye. And the left eye is going to be a little bit bigger because she is facing away from us, and this is the eye that we can see the most. Okay. The top little tail at the that I drew is actually indicating her eyelash. So I went ahead and drew that, and you can go ahead and do that as well. And that just gives it a little bit more character so you can kind of see more about what you're doing. And then go ahead and draw the iris and then the pupil right in the middle. The pupil is going to be more rounder, and the iris is going to be more of a half circle. Okay. And then from here, we're going to mark down and move on to the lips. The lips are going to be simple for her, and it's just going to be a smile. So just a line, like a smiley face, right across. And it's going to be longer on the left side than the right. And then the top of her lip is going to be like a little mountain. So we're going to draw a long tail on the left, and then to the right, just bring that down to meet the center line. And then the right side, do the exact opposite, just mirror that. And for a little more detail, the left side is actually going to be a little bit higher because she's facing a little bit down, so that's kind of the direction that her lips are. And the bottom, just fill in that bottom lip a little bit thicker. She does have thin lips, she's a little girl. And then meet that right at the corner. And then later we can fix the detail with the darkening pencil. And then we're going to draw her eyebrows, only half eyebrow for the right side, and then for the other side it's going to be that full one. And they're kind of thin, since back in the day when this movie was made, everybody had thin eyebrows for some reason. So there we are. And then I'm going to take my darkening pencil and start darkening just a few lines. The nose, I decided to elongate it a little bit more and cut off so much of that curve that I drew at first. So this is a good thing that you can do with a darkening pencil. And then thicken up that top lash line, and then fill in those lines for the eyes. And continue this with the other eye and the lips. For the lips, I decided to give her more of a smile than the sketch that I had made, so I made that middle line a little bit higher to one side, like a little smirk, and then the bottom lip that looks like an upside down C, or a U actually, I thickened it up a little bit just like that as well. And then that top lip extends to the right side. And then the eyebrows, I tried to thicken it a little bit more than just a line like it is in the drawing, just because she is young. And then later on we go in and do a little more detail. So I'm taking my sketch pencil once again, and then we are going to go ahead and draw in the hair to complete her. So start at that center line and then draw a curve downward, almost a straight line. And then to the top, just curve it almost to complete a circle. So it looks kind of like the letter J. And then that would be where her bangs are. And then for that top line that curves down like a C, that's going to follow the curvature of that first circle that we drew. And do it a little bit outward because that's where her headband is going to be. So we're going to fill in another line on the inside for that. And then do her hair that sticks out a little bit, and then her ear. It connects right next to the eye, but onto the head, obviously. And then the neck comes down right under that ear. And then this character has a thin neck, so we're drawing that off to the side. For the top where the rest of her hair goes, we're drawing it a little bit wide outward. Just a long curved line all the way down past her neck. And then bring it into the right. She does have long hair, so we're keeping it a little long, and then just draw a curve to indicate where that ends or that connects, like an S. And then for the other side, we're going to complete almost the exact same bangs but opposite. And remember, these lines don't have to be perfect. From here, I'm going to draw the cheek. Now, for young characters or for cute characters, they draw them very round. That's just the way the illustration goes, and to give that illusion as well. So the cheek is very round, and you'll see I'll fix that after. But this is what I drew for now, just for a guideline. And then the headband at the top. Don't forget to do this on the inside, not the outside. And then she has a bow, so draw 2 squares coming down. And then I'm going to take my darkening pencil and darken the lines that I want to keep. This is the part where you can give her more character. If you want to make her look different, you can. If you want to stick to the original drawing, you can too. But she has very soft features. Again, she's a young girl, and to do this, we make them more round. As you can see, this is how I fix that with the cheek, and I make it more round to one side. You can start to give her a little bit more detail once you finish off with the dark lines, like in the hair, and then with the shading afterwards. So for the shading, I decided to do the pupils very dark, and don't forget to add a little bit of glare. So draw a little tiny circle on the inside, right at the top, just like that, and then darken the rest of the pupil. And she has blue eyes, so she has light eyes, and I just shaded it very lightly. And just the iris, actually. And don't forget the eyelashes. I added a little bit more detail and thickened them up, so she looks better. And then draw the little nostril if you'd like. And then for the shading, I decided to do only the top lip. And I've said before that the top lip is always in shadow because it's pointing down. And then the bow is a little bit darker because she has a darker bow. And her blonde hair, I decided to shade it very, very lightly just to give it some character and texture. It is a sketch, so a little bit will go a long way here. Just like so. A little bit on the neck, a little bit darker because that's in shadow, and then just a little bit more down. And we are done. So sign your masterpiece, date it, and there we are. And so there you go. Now you know how to draw Alice from Alice in Wonderland. Thank you very much for joining me today, and we'll see you next time. Thanks.